Hey, Brian, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, I don't know if you've touched base with Jeff Young at EMA lately. I just left our Franklin County Chiefs meeting. They are getting in more PPE and they are starting to have a stockpile. So just passing on to anybody that would need stuff. They have it available. He wanted to have us pass that out to everyone today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Looks like we're just waiting on Deb at this point. I'm just going to wait a second for the tornado siren. I'm going to open with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, fiscal officer, do you want to call the roll?
Sure. Trustee Sword.
Here.
Trustee Sierra. Trustee Jessberger. I see one of the two trustees. I imagine Berger's here as well.
Trustee Jessberger is actually not going to be with us in this meeting due to prior engagement.
Okay. So then moving on, Township Administrator. He's there. Okay. Chief of Fire.
Here.
Chief of Police.
Here.
Superintendent of Roads.
Here.
Looks like we got mobile code enforcement.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, our next meeting is going to be August 19th at 12 p.m. And I am going to make a motion to accept the agenda with flexibility.
I second.
All right. Trustee Sierra. Trustee Sword.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm going to make a motion to approve the bills.
I'll second.
Trustee Sierra. Trustee Sword.
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to make a motion to approve payroll.
Second.
Trustee Sierra. Trustee Sword.
Yes.
Yes. I am going to make a motion for the approval of the July 15th, 2020 fiscal report, or 2020 meeting minutes. I'm sorry.
I'll second.
Trustee Sierra. Trustee Sword.
Yes.
Yes.
Now we're going to make a motion for the approval of the June 2020 fiscal report.
I'll second.
Okay, so June 1st, and apologize. This was ready at the last meeting. I just forgot to speak to it. So June 1st, we had $6,272,932.42. For revenue in June, we brought in $386,707.72, leaving us with an overall fund balance on 6/30/2020 of the amount of $6,184,652.52. Ready for the roll call?
Yeah, ready for the roll.
Trustee Sierra, Trustee Sword.
Yes.
Yes. All right. We're going to skip over number 9 for right now. We're going to go to committee and team reports. And go ahead. Trustee Sierra.
Sorry, nothing new for me.
Okay. We did have a kind of mid-year meeting on health insurance last week, and spoke about maybe opening form fire early, just to be on top of things. There is some speculation upon renewal that we may have some increases, we may not, due to COVID-19. And maybe opening that up early would help us get ahead of the game if we were to have to go to open market once we get our renewal. We have not gotten it yet. There was also some discussion brought up about the 213D expenses, and whether or not those can be added this year. I will report back to you guys once I get that breakdown of what is available to be added, what we can pick and choose from if we can. I have reached out to her for a list of those things, and if we have to approve all of it, or if we can just pick and choose what we want to add, if the board would like to add anything. That's about it for that. Chief Raley, did you want to add anything, or Mr. Huffman?
We just have a follow-up meeting next Thursday.
So I believe we kind of started this conversation briefly last year. And I don't know if we're still going to have the difficulty kind of getting the information from her, but maybe with an earlier start. I'm still going to be interested in for organizations who've made this move, what kind of difference in expenses they've seen, so that we can make as informed a decision as possible. So just put that back in there. Thanks.
So we had talked about having the board decide whether we wanted to do form fire or not starting in September. And I believe we have to have the okay from the board to do that. So I think it's a good idea, not knowing what Anthem is going to come back to us as a renewal. So if it's double digits, we will have that in our back pocket to look at Medical Mutual and other plans. So I don't know if we need to move ahead with that today, if that is a board decision that we can do in this meeting, but just so you're aware, it takes us, we were talking about doing about 2 weeks to get all of our employees to do it. And it's usually down to the very last minute, getting everybody done, so.
Yeah, there was discussion that if employees already have their form fire filled out, they don't necessarily have to go through the whole document again. They just need to update these sections that need to be updated. So hopefully it won't take a lot of time for most of our staff.
I am okay with addressing the form fire issue. If you are Trustee Sierra, we can just make a motion to approve approve moving forward with that.
Go ahead.
All right. Make a motion using flexibility to go ahead and start the process of form fire for all township employees with health insurance coverage.
And elected officials.
And elected officials. Yes, thank you.
And I will second.
Okay, Trustee Seer, Trustee Sword?
Yes.
So I'll go ahead and reach out to her as well and copy everybody on that and get that process started and see how quickly we can get this rolled out, just so we can get it done and over with and be ready whenever that rolls around for us to start making decisions.
Good for you guys for jumping on it. Thanks.
No problem. Any other committee team reports?
I don't think we had a meeting past produce market, and we,
Yeah.
the Clinton Township produce market, about 180 families come through at the last market, which was very well attended. We had about 10,000 pounds, I'm sorry, about 8,000 pounds of produce, no leftovers. We also, in partnership with 1-3 ACT team, passed out about 60 doses of Narcan at that market, which is more than they've ever done. So it was a very good day.
It was. We also
we-
had, go ahead.
And since we had that attendance level, we actually decided to go back and do a second one in August. We initially decided to go down to 1, but with that attendance, we've ramped back up to 2 in August. So our next market is now August 14th, from 4 to 6. And at this market, we will be looking for some volunteers to help us out. We decided to do this a little late to get BESA, a volunteer organization, involved. So if anyone would like to come help us out that day, be there about 3 o'clock in the parking lot, 3251 Westerville Road, and we will definitely put you to work.
We have masks and proper PPE available for those who do volunteer as well. And I'd like to give a shout out to our Township Administrator Huffman for manning the ambulance full of milk.
Mainly because of the air conditioning.
Do you guys know when the next meeting or the next one will be? Because we won't approve these minutes until the August 14th market will have happened. So I'm sorry if I'm putting you on the spot, but is there another market scheduled after that?
Yes. Look at the calendar here real quick. The 14th and the 28th.
Okay. And both of these will be at the former Schottensteins.
Correct.
Those of us who lived around here a while call it that, but the 3251 Westerville Road.
Yes.
No other team or committee reports? All right, we are going to move on to our Township Administrator. Oh, you're muted.
Spray on the east side tonight, actually. Apparently they found some positive mosquitoes with West Nile over in the traps somewhere between Mifflin and Clinton Township.
Okay.
So we'll be spraying tonight for that. And then on Thursday, they're going to be doing a sweep along the alleyway on the west side of Cleveland Avenue to try to get tires accumulated, as well as the old Schottenstein facility. It'll go there as well. Then on August 15th from 9 to 12, if residents want to drop off tires, they can do that at the Mifflin location, which is the 2459 Agler Road. So the tire part kind of ties in with the mosquito part because tires tend to retain water, good breeding ground for mosquitoes. So both of the issues are trying to address mosquitoes within the township.
Yeah, I actually got a postcard from Franklin County Public Health about that event. So hopefully everybody in the township received one of those and took a look at it. Had some
It
tiger
was supposed to
mosquito
go out.
info.
It was supposed to go out to all residents. So
Perfect.
that's all for now.
Thank you. We're going to move on to fire.
Yes, we have a couple of items today. We'd like to request a motion to raise part-time firefighter paramedic hourly rate to $15.25 per hour. This was discussed during public meetings as one of the actions that would be taken if the fire levy passed. During the COVID-19 pandemic, we have lost many of our regular part-time that work full-time elsewhere, as these departments have attempted to limit their risks of exposure. So we're experiencing several overtime shifts due to our low number of part-time members. This pay increase will improve our ability to recruit more members and hopefully fill those vacant shifts.
So moved.
I'll second.
Trustee Seer, Trustee Sword.
Yes. I just wanted to add, by way of just a little discussion on the motion, just wanted to speak to it for a second, that I appreciate us following through on promises that we make during levy campaigns. I just think that's critical. We did that after the police levy several years ago as well, when we had promised to add some more part-time positions and sort of went on a recruitment campaign at that point too. And I just appreciate that on you guys' part. So thank you.
Next, we would like to request a PO in the amount of $10,020.48 payable to W.W. Williams for repairs to engine 61. This will be paid from line item 2111-220-323.
So moved.
I'll second.
What
Trustee
was
Seer,
going on with that? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Trustee Seer, Trustee Sword, or did you want to take a question before the roll call? I'm sorry.
It's okay. We can do the roll and then I'll ask.
Okay. Trustee Seer, Trustee Sword.
Yes.
Yes.
What was going on with engine 61?
So it was overheating. It was blowing some coolant hoses, took it in to get tested, found out it was pushing coolant through the motor itself. And so this is, they had to replace the entire head on the motor. And this is actually the third head on the motor that this truck has received. An 8-year-old truck. So we're currently, again, more line items that we're working on for actions that were discussed when passing the fire levy. We're working on the specs for the new fire truck, which we hope to be bringing forward in the next couple of months to the board, and also a medic within the month to be moving forward with those purchases. So we're starting to get a lot of high dollar maintenance issues out of all of our frontline vehicles right now.
Thank you.
Sure. And last, we have a monthly report I emailed to you this morning. And read through it real quick. The division responded to 639 incidents, averaging 21 per day. Engine responded to 271. The medics responded to 346, and I responded to 22. The division logged 80 hours of training on various EMS and fire topics. Lieutenant Childs, Firefighter Keller, and myself have become certified fire safety inspectors. We passed the final state exam last month, and we have another class that will be starting in mid-August. Under fire prevention, the fire safety inspector conducted 31 inspections and updated the pre-plan books. with current information for building contacts and occupancy use. And under community outreach and partnering agencies, firefighters assisted with the produce market on the 10th and the 24th. 6 free smoke alarms were distributed to township residents in July. And in partnership with CFD React Team, the Hope Task Force, and Franklin County Public Health, a total of 90 doses of Narcan were distributed at both of the markets in July, which is a record number for our area. So we will continue to be working with them as we continue to see an increase in overdoses in the area. We're discussing becoming a distribution on the fire department side and setting up more distribution days at the shopping centers on Cleveland Avenue.
Thank you for that. Much needed. I'm going to move on to police. Chief Jones.
Good afternoon, everyone. First item I have is just an announcement. Our body armor that was ordered through the state grant is arriving, has started arriving this week for the officers. This was a grant that was made available by Bureau of Workers' Compensation and State Attorney General's office. Cost was over $5,000 and the township saved over 75% of this cost with the grant funding. Previous years we've used federal grants, which were a 50-50 match. So this is a really great deal. The Franklin County Chiefs meeting just a little while ago, I left. They are going to, we got confirmation they have this grant available in 2021 as well. So if we have some new part-time people we get hired in, we'll have the availability to get those vests purchased through the grant. The other thing I have is like to advise the board and township residents. All of our supervision staff from the police chief to the sergeants received 2 days of advanced training. This was in identifying implicit and explicit bias. Training greatly enhances our engagement with our citizens, not only our residents, but the transient people that we get, the business corridor, Cleveland Avenue, Westerville Road. This was another topic that was discussion today with several other chiefs. So we kind of getting that ball running on that. In our policies and procedures, we do have training that occurs annually on this topic. So it's not a new topic. It's just an extended and more advanced topic because of what's going on in our nation today. So we wanted to get a little further than just a casual webinar. So this was interactive training where we interacted with people in the PhD caliber. This is their forte, and it was very interesting. So we will be getting this out to the officers as well as classes become available.
Great. Thank you.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you so much.
The only other thing I have is a monthly report. Emailed the criminal incidents out to the board this morning. We were still waiting on traffic citations from Cassidy, but as Brian said, we've seen an uptick just on the police side with overdoses we've been responding to, administering Narcan. I think we had 7 to 8 just here on the east side in the last 4 weeks. Also within our area and also surrounding Linden and Mifflin Township, we've responded to numerous shots fired calls. Houses have been getting shot up. We had one yesterday around 3 o'clock that actually occurred in Mifflin Township. We responded to on North Glen Drive, which is just about a half a mile away from the station here. So we've seen an uptick in that in the Linden area of CPD's jurisdiction and Mifflin recently. So just to pass that information along.
Thank you, Mike. Public Works Department.
You got is there a motion to approve the body armor, or that was just informational? I'm sorry.
Just an announcement.
Okay.
Yeah, we approved that the PO. I think I got you that invoice. Once I get Deb prints the check, I can send that to the state and we'll get our money back.
Perfect. Superintendent Flagg.
I just wanted to say that we continue to work on installing the solar lights. We've installed lights on Laner and Ward Road. and I emailed the board my monthly report this morning. That's all I really have.
The lights look great. I took a drive around the other night while it was raining, and they look really good.
Yeah, I'm going to just jump the agenda for a second and go to appreciations, because one of the things that I had down was to appreciate Public Works for taking that project on with all of your other seasonal duties and making it happen, as well as many residents who are reaching out with really supportive and positive feedback about not only the electrified lights on Elmore and Walford, gotten multiple calls about those, but people are really liking and enjoying the solar lights on both sides of the township. So thanks to everybody who's gotten in touch. It's always great to hear from you.
Code compliance, Jonathan?
My 2 cases that were going to come this week, thankfully, have been solved during last week. And so I have nothing new for this week. I also have had compliments from 2 residents about the lights. So I'd like Corey to know that I've had 2 separate residents stop me and ask about them. And they were very complimentary on the lights. So just put that one in. Beyond that, that's it.
Thank you. We have any other items? Appreciations?
I would like to say a big thank you to the food soldier,
Yeah,
Rochelle, and I'm sorry I can't remember her last name, Alina. If she could help. Pate.
It's Pate.
So she reached out to us before our last produce market and donated 400 gallons of milk to us for that market. And that went really far. It helped out quite a bit. Administrator Huffman helped distribute that night and worked quite a bit to make that happen. But that was a great thing to occur, and we greatly appreciate it. She had probably 5 or 6 cars that were completely loaded down with gallons of milk. 2 of them were very small compact cars that were doing wheelies when they pulled in on the front ramp. So quite a few people made that happen, but we were very appreciative, and everyone that received it was very appreciative. So thank you, Rochelle Pate.
Absolutely. And if anybody wants to follow the food soldier, needs information on all of the free produce markets and food pantries within the Central Ohio area, you can look her page up on Facebook. It is just put in the search bar at the top of Facebook, the food soldier, and follow the directions. She's got an extensive list of everything you could ever imagine, all sides of town, dates, times, what the requirements are. It looks like that milk thing may be an ongoing happening, so I will reach out to her before our next free produce market to see if she needs any help getting rid of any. So stay tuned. Anything else? We're going to move back up to number 9. I'm going to make a motion to enter into an executive session under ORC 121.22G1 to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official.
I'll second.
You're muted, Deb.
Trustee Sears.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Do we need to keep anybody around, Jane?
I don't think so.
All right. Perfect.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a great rest of the week.
Trustee Sword, I'll call you on Teams.
Perfect. See you soon. Well, we're back in session at 1:14 p.m. And I am going to make a motion to adjourn.
And I will second it.
Take a vote.
There
We don't
was
need a
a,
vote.
yeah. Once you
All right.
got two, you've already got the majority.
That's true. I'll go ahead and email Deb. It doesn't look like she's here. I'll email that you're back in session at 1:14 and a motion to adjourn.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good week.
You too. Bye-bye.
See ya.